All right, Rippers, just doing a quick cleanup for the day out in the garden. I'm not actually done out here, but I'm done with the planting of certain things. And so I wanted to go over with you a rip tip, right? So a quick rip tip. Have the right tools for the job. It does help. It'll help save your knees, your back, your ankles, your neck, all kinds of things, right? Raised beds, that'll help get it closer to you, right? So you're not bending over quite as much, right? Those plants will grow up to you. Doing things too, like having some nice soft knee pads, right? Because you'll be kneeling on rock or dirt or whatever, and it might poke you, and that'll hurt, man. Let me tell you what, right here, got yourself some foam pads. You can get the little ones right there if you're a tough guy and don't want to be seen kneeling, right? Because it's camo, right? Or if you're not so tough, you can get yourself the heavy duty, thick kneeling pad. Look at the size of that one. Boo-wee. As you can see, I haven't used that yet because I'm tough, right? Also, you can use things like your ammo boxes, right? To keep your seeds in, right? Because they seal good too, right? Now, also, keep in mind, you need to protect your hands. Now, I know you see me a lot of times working in the dirt without my gloves on, but that's because I like to get my hands in the dirt, get a little grounded. Sometimes you might even see me barefoot. Now, some of your other basics, you're going to need dirt and a container to keep dirt in. Now, I use our dinnerware, right? Yeah, that gets me in big trouble. Let me tell you what. But you'll never know it if you're over for dinner. A little bit of dirt gives you some carbon, right? Now, it's good for the soul. Anyway, we've got here, I got my seed bowls that I use to keep seeds in, right? And I got my little tweezers for, no, it's not for that, Arkansas. Tweezers are for planting small seeds that are hard to hold on to, right? Because I like to be efficient. I don't like to just go like this because every seed counts, right? And so far I've had like 90+% efficiency. So anyway, I also got a pen for marking and some masking tape for putting on the pots and things like that, so I know what they are. It's a good idea so you don't forget, because you will, trust me. Got a little bigger spoon to work with in case I need it. Also got me some of these scissors. Now these are the kind of scissors that will open a cold one as well as chop kind of not a super thick branch, but it'll trim up bushes and things like that, so it's a little bit heftier, right? But then I also got right here, oops, shoot, I'm throwing stuff. Anyway, I got right here my little herb shears, right? My little shearsy shears, right? These are for getting all fine-tuned and getting those things off of there, them fruits and veggies, without messing up the plant, right? Kind of trimming things up, taking the dead leaves off. And then this is the guy I used on that oh shoot, I can't even get it open with one hand. Anyway, this is the one I use for the grapevines, right? Because it's good for, there it goes. It's good for grapevines, right? It'll get a big old branch and cut it just fine. It's good for the forearms too. Look at that. Popeye! Kick, kick, kick. Anyway, good set of shears like that works real wonders, right? You got to have yourself a little spade shovel like this to help work with the plants and replant them into the beds from your solo cups, right? Yeah, these kind of things all have their uses. Now, some of these right here aren't so much garden related, but I wanted to show everybody that you can, on a budget, get some things that will work around your house on bushes, trees, and in SHTF if you have to bug out or out in the woods. I know it ain't a silky saw, but it cuts darn good, and I'll review it in the future. But it wasn't near the price of a silky saw either, so this will work, and it's not heavy, and it folds up. See? Ooh, look at that, right? Look at that. I'll fold that up. Ouch. See there? I folded it up. Now, I liked this because for bigger work, still not very heavy, but for bigger work, it's like a giant silky saw. Good stuff right there. Not that expensive. And then we got here, comparatively speaking, that is. And then we've got our Fisker. This is like the bush hogging, jungle knife of the century, right? It just looked cool. But I'm sure it'll be useful. And I'm going to give it through its paces against the machete that has a big saw on it, right? And a big blade. Great machete. Look at that. That'll work. But most importantly, for building yourself shelters if you're out there, in an SHTF or survival situation is one of these bow saws. Now, this isn't a real expensive, fancy bow saw, but this thing, we'll see if it works. It'll certainly help and be better than whacking at it with your Swiss Army knife saw, right? So something like this is something you may need, especially if the power goes out. So think about those things, right? Because it's important, right? And if you get yourself a thing like this, well, you only have everything you need to do your garden besides seeds and love, and things you can use for SHTF out in the field, right? Doing the things just in case if things get nasty. So I hope you enjoyed this rip tip. I'll see you guys all later. Be sure you're staying safe, secure, always aware of your surroundings, even while gardening, and be getting ready and prepared for everything or anything that may come your way. You guys all know I love you. Adios.